I've been using the trading pit for the past 60 days and now I'm ready to tell you my honest review. More specifically, first I'm gonna give you an overview of this prop firm. Then I'm gonna show you what type of challenges they offer and what are the rules that you need to follow. And finally, I'm gonna tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons about this prop firm. If at any point during this video you also would like to try the trading pit, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. And once you get to the checkout page, if you use the coupon code STKT RD, like you see right now on the screen, you're always going to receive at least a 10% discount on all your challenges. So, if you're serious about trying the trading pit, I suggest you follow these steps. And now, let's start with the video. So, I'm currently on the home page of the trading pit, and the first thing that we can notice is that this prop firm is powered by Pinorea Capital, which is an investment firm. And to me this is a huge pro because it means that this prop firm won't have liquidity problem, and as a result they're always gonna be able to pay their funded trader. And in fact, as I'll show you later, almost every day there is a new trader that receives a payout from this prop firm. Another important achievement that I would like to share about the trading pit is that currently they have more than 600 reviews on Trustpilot with an average score of 4.3, which of course is a sign of a reliable and trustworthy prop firm. And if what I just showed you was not enough to convince you that you can trust this prop firm, here you can see a list of all the awards that they've received, like for example, More Trusted Proprietary Firm in Europe in 2022, Best Future Prop Firm in 2022, Best Fintech Startup in Germany, Best Cutting Edge Prop Trading Technology from Liechtenstein. So as you can see, this is a prop firm that you can trust, and most importantly is a prop firm that pay its trader. That to me is crucial, because there is no point in purchasing a challenge from a firm that once you get to the funded stage manage to accumulate profit, then invent some sort of excuses to negate your payout. Lastly, I would like to talk briefly about their Discord server. In fact, personally, I really enjoyed being part of this server, and it has a few features that I wish more prop firms incorporated. First, as you can see here on the left, they have various chats that are divided by language, and I find this really useful because even if the majority of traders probably also speak English, there is of course a minority of them that feel more comfortable speaking their native language, and the fact that inside the trading pit Discord server you can actually join a channel where you can use your native language, in my opinion is really important because it helps foster the sense of community. Another thing that I enjoyed about the Discord server is that if I scroll down, as you can see, there is a section related completely to education, so even if you are a complete beginner, here you can get access to videos and also written materials that can help you improve as a trader. And below it we have the trade talk section where you can see the trade of the day. You can get access to the strategy sharing, so this is, especially if you're a beginning, is really useful. And then you also have access to the market analysis. Now, if we scroll a bit up, another thing that I really enjoyed about this server is the Share Your Profit channel. In fact, here, as I was telling you at the beginning, almost every day there is a trader that is sharing their payout certificate. And again, this is a proof that the trading pit is a reliable and trustworthy prop firm. And finally, if you scroll to the top, here you can also see a list of all the success stories. So these are basically interview of traders that managed to get profitable. And below it, we have a section related to the announcement. So here, basically, all the latest news related to trading pit are posted. So if you are planning to use this prop firm long term, I highly suggest that you join the Discord server and always keep an eye on the announcement section, because everything that is new and that you might find important is definitely gonna be posted here. So now that I give you an overview of the trading pit, let's talk about the type of challenges that they offer. And something that is really interesting about this prop firm is that they offer challenges where you can trade CFDs, and they also have challenges where you can trade futures. And of course, this is really interesting because it means that no matter your style of trading and no matter which type of assets you like to trade, with the trading pit you will find a challenge that suits your needs. So let's start with CFDs, and as you can see, currently you can pick between a one phase and a two phase challenge. The one phase challenge goes from $5,000 till $200,000, while the two phase challenge only goes from $5,000 till $100,000. Now, when it comes to the one step challenge, as you can see, the profit target is 10%, the daily drawdown is 4% and is based on the balance, so the equity is not taken into consideration, while the maximum drawdown is 7% and it is static, so it means that it's based on the initial balance and is not gonna trail you as your equity and balance increase. The minimum trading days is 3 and the profit share is 80%. While when it comes to the two phase challenge, in this case the profit target for phase 1 is 8%, while the profit target for phase 2 is 5%. The daily drawdown also in this case is based on the balance and it is 5%, and the maximum drawdown also in this case is static, ticks and it is 10% of your initial balance. The minimum trading days is 3 and the profit share is 80%. If we scroll a bit down, we can see that the CFD challenges have a scaling plan. In fact, if you meet these 3 criteria, your account balance is gonna be increased by 25%. And the criteria are: your account is active for at least 2 months, you have received at least 2 payouts, and you have accumulated a total profit of at least 10% of your initial balance. And here we can see an example how if you have a $100,000 account, the first 4 scale ups are gonna be 25% each, so you're gonna get $25,000 more. But from the 5th and 8th payout, the scale up is actually going to be $50,000, because instead of being 25% of your initial balance, it's gonna be 25% of your new balance, which is now $200,000. Scrolling down the page, we can also have a look at the prime payout policy. In fact, as I was telling you before, traders enjoy an 80% profit share. You need to complete at least 3 trading days before you are eligible for a payout. You can request a payout every 14 days of any amounts over $100. The payout requests are evaluated within 1 working day. After you are approved, you can start trading again, and usually the payout are processed in 24 business hours. Now, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, we can also have access to the list of all the CFDs that we can trade. So as you can see, you have access to Forex, metals, energy and futures, CFDs cash indices, CFD futures, crypto, and also equities. More specifically, when it comes to equities, as you can see, if I click on it here, I don't have access to the entire list of all the equities, but I can tell you from experience, the list of equities that you can trade is really extensive, and I will even go as far as saying that this is in the top 3 prop firms that allow you to trade the most amount of equities. So if you're interested in this type of assets, the Trading Pit is definitely a valuable alternative. So now that I give you an overview of the CFD challenges that this prop firm offer, let me show you what are the rules that you need to follow if you decide to trade CFDs. So these are the rules that you need to follow when it comes to trade CFDs with the Trading Pit. As you can see, they are divided in Prime and Classic, and this is an error because currently the only type of challenges available for CFDs is Prime, so you can avoid looking at this entire section. So as you can see, we have some basic rule. So you have the profit target that I showed you before. You have the rules related to the daily drawdown and the maximum drawdown. You have to complete a minimum 3 profitable days. And if we click on it, you can see that a day is considered profitable when you manage to gain at least 0.5% of your initial balance. Then you have the inactivity rules. In fact, it says that if you don't place a trade for at least 21 days, your account is going to be considered inactive. And here we have a rule related to how many accounts you can have. And as you can see, you can have a maximum of 4 accounts for a maximum allocation of $400,000. When it comes to the prohibited trading practices, as you can see, if we click on copy trading, you can see that copy trading is allowed both between the Trading Pit accounts and also between external accounts. The only important thing is that you are copy trading only from accounts that you personally own. You cannot copy trade from accounts that other people own. When it comes to news trading, you are prohibited to open and close trade 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after high impact news event. However, pending orders set before the news and filled during the news are allowed. So you cannot basically trade the news, but technically you can trade through the news. Now, when it comes to scalping, here they say that scalping is allowed, but it's really important to know that high frequency trading is not allowed. And when it comes to the Trading Pit, they consider every trade that is held for less than 15 seconds as high frequency trading. So scalping is allowed, but make sure to hold your trades for at least 15 seconds, otherwise they might be considered invalid. Now, as you can see, you are not allowed to reach your profit target in one single trade. In fact, you need to trade for at least 3 days. And most importantly, if you look at the gambling and inconsistency in trading, you're not allowed, for example, to place big trades to get to the profit target as fast as possible and then start placing really small trades just so that you complete the minimum trading days requirement, because this will be marked as inconsistency trading. So try to keep your lot sizes consistent and try to show that you have a consistent and profitable strategy instead of gambling, opening really big position, and then if things goes well, start opening really small positions so that you are sure to get to the funded stage. So this is really important because sometimes you might use these strategies, get to the funded stage, but then once they start reviewing all the trades that you took, they notice this type of behavior and then they negate you access to the funded account. So it's really important that you follow this rule. And lastly, you're not allowed to exploit system errors and also use gap trading, but this is nothing new. In fact, most prop firms also prohibit this type of trading behavior. Now let's talk about the future challenge that the Trading Pit offer. So as you can see, they are divided in 2 categories. In fact, you can pick between Prime and Classic challenge. challenge, and in this case there are quite a bit of differences between the two, so based on the type of traders that you are, one might be better than the other. So let's start with the prime challenges. As you can see, they go from $50,000 till $150,000. The price is a one-time fee, which is pretty rare when it comes to future challenges. In fact, usually you need to pay a monthly subscription. As you can see, in the case of a $100,000 challenge, you can trade a maximum of 10 standard contracts or 100 micros at the same time. The profit target is 6%. You have a daily pause of 2%, so this means that if you lose more than 2% of your account in one single day, you're gonna get pause for the day. This means that you're not gonna be able to trade anymore and you need to wait for the next trading days to start trading again. And to me, this is a huge pro because it means that the daily drawdown is not a hard breach, but it's just a soft breach. The maximum overall drawdown is 3%, and in this case, this drawdown is trailing. So this means that it's going to follow you until you reach an amount of profits equal to the drawdown. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you have a $100,000 account. The drawdown is gonna keep following you until you reach a balance of $103,000. At that point, the maximum drawdown is going to lock there and is not gonna follow you anymore. The challenge duration is 30 days, so this means that you have 30 days to reach the profit target. You have an activation fee of €129, and what is really nice is that this activation fee is charged only once you get to the funded stage. The profit share is 80%. You have a reset fee of $149, so this means that if you fail the challenge before the 30 days, you can start trading immediately by just paying the reset fee, and then you have an extend fee, in this case of $189, so this means that if after 30 days you didn't manage to reach the profit target, you can pay $189 more and you can extend the challenge for 30 more days. Also, in the case of a prime future challenge, you have a scaling plan, which is a bit different compared to the CFD plan. In fact, instead of increasing the amount of capital under management based on the amount of profits that you have generated, you're gonna be able to start trading more and more contracts, giving you more buying power. When it comes to the payout policy for the prime challenges, as you can see, you have a 80% profit share. You need to trade for a minimum of 3 days. Once you complete 10 profitable days where you generate more than $200, you're gonna be able to request your first payouts, and the days don't have to be concurrent. Once you complete 5 profitable days where you generate more than $200, you're gonna be able to request your second payout, and then after your second payout, you're gonna be able to request a payout every 7 days if you have generated a total profit of more than $200. The payouts requests are evaluated within 1 working days. After you're approved, you can start trading again, and usually the payouts are processed within 24 business hours. Now, if you're familiar with the future trading, you might know that one of the things that make this type of trading different from CFDs is the market data. And more specifically, when it comes to the trading pit, level 1 market data from the Chicago-based future exchange is completely free. In fact, you don't have to pay for anything. But if, for example, you want to get level 2 market data, you're gonna need to pay. Also, if, for example, you want to get access to level 1 market data from the US future exchanges, also in this case, you're gonna be charged a fee of $12. And finally, in case you want to get access to the European derivative exchange, also in this case, you're gonna need to pay a fee. This is nothing strange. In fact, most of the future prop firms give you access to level 1 market data completely for free, and then if you want to get access to more accurate market data, or you want to get access to different exchange, most of the times you're gonna have to pay a fee. Now let's talk about the classic future challenges offered by the trading pit. So as you can see, they go from $20,000 till $250,000. Also in this case, you're gonna have to pay a one-time fee. In fact, there is no monthly subscription, but based on the size of your challenge, this could be a one-step challenge, or as you can see, in case of a $200,000 and a $250,000 challenge, this is going to be a two-step challenge. Now let's say, for example, that you decide to go for a $150,000 challenge. In this case, you're gonna be able to trade a maximum of 5 standard contract or 50 micros. Your profit target is going to be $5,000. Your daily drawdown is going to be 1,500, and in this case, the daily drawdown is considered as an hard breach. So if you go over this number, you're gonna have failed your challenge. The maximum drawdown is going to be $3,000, and also in this case is a trailing drawdown. The challenge duration is 30 days. You don't have any activation fee, which is a nice perk. The profit share is up to 70%. You have a reset fee fee of 85 euros. So again, in case you fail your challenge, you can pay this amount of money and start trading again immediately instead of waiting for the 30 days. And then you also have the possibility to extend your challenge. So this means that if in the 30 days of the challenge duration you don't reach the profit target, you can pay 169 euro more and you can extend the challenge for 30 more days. When it comes to the classic earning phase, as you can see, is a bit different compared to the prime earning phase. In fact, once you get to the funded stage, based on the size of your account, you're gonna have different profit target. The daily drawdown and the maximum drawdown is going to remain the same, and as you can see, the more payouts you request, the more your profit share percentage is going to increase, the more amount of money you're gonna be able to withdraw, and also the more your maximum drawdown and your maximum daily drawdown are going to increase, giving you more room for error and also more possibility to profit, because as you can see here, also the amount of contracts that you're gonna be able to trade is going to increase accordingly. Now, if we scroll down, we can see also the classic payout policy. Traders can earn between 60 and 80% profit share. You can get paid only upon reaching the profit target. The payout requests are evaluated within 1 working day. After the payout is approved, you can start trading again, and the payouts are processed within 24 business hours. And if we go at the bottom of the page, as you can see, also in this case, you have the same exact rules when it comes to market data. In fact, level 1 market data for Chicago-based future exchange are completely free, while if you want to request other type of market data or deeper market data, in that case, you're gonna need to pay a fee. So now that I show you the prime and classic future challenges of the trading pit, let me show you what are the rules that you need to follow when it comes to these challenges. So when it comes to futures, the rules for prime and classic are basically the same. In fact, there is not a lot of differences. One of them that I would like to point out is that when it comes to prime, you're subject to a daily pause. So this means that hitting the daily drawdown is a soft breach, while when it comes to classic, you have a daily drawdown that is a hard breach. So if you breach this number, your challenge is gonna consider failed. For both accounts, you're not able to trade overnight. In fact, 5 minutes before market closure, all positions need to be closed. Now, when it comes to news trading, as you can see, if you purchase a prime challenge, news trading is allowed, while when it comes to a classic challenge, news trading is not allowed, or better said, you have limitation that you need to follow. In fact, as you can read here, trading is prohibited 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after high impact event. For both accounts, you're not allowed to hedge between different accounts. You're not allowed to achieve profits target in one trade. You have to follow gambling and inconsistency in trading rules that are basically the same that I explained you for the CFD challenges. You're not allowed to exploit system errors and also do gap trading. And finally, when it comes to copy trading, as you can see, you can copy trade manually or automatically to up to 5 accounts. But if you copy trade on more than 5 accounts, they reserve the rights to deny the upgrade to additional accounts, and you can only copy trades between accounts that are yours. If you start copy trading from external account, you may lose your challenge. So now that I give you an overview of the trading pit, I show you what type of challenges they offer and what are the rules that you need to follow, let me tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons about this proffer. So when it comes to pros, the first one is that they allow you to trade both CFDs and futures. And to me this is a huge pro, because it means that no matter what type of trader you are or what is your favorite trading strategies, with the trading pit you will find a challenge that is perfect for your needs. The second pro of this proffer is that when it comes to CFD challenges, they have a static drawdown. And to me this is a huge advantage, because this type of drawdown it's easier to track and it makes harder to fail a challenge. The third pro of the trading pit is that when it comes to prime future challenges, the daily drawdown is not considered a hard breach, but it is a soft breach. In fact, if you hit that amount, you won't fail the challenge, but you are only gonna be paused for the day. So this means that for the rest of the day, you are not allowed to open any new trade, but as soon as the next trading day starts, you're gonna be able to start trading again. And to me, this is a huge pro, because it means that it is harder to fail a challenge. In fact, you only need to keep track of the maximum drawdown. The fourth and last pro of the trading pit is their Discord server. In fact, I think they did a really good job when it comes to their community. There, not only you will find channels that are language specific, so if English is not your native language, you can go there and talk with people that better understand you, but you will also find challenge where you can simply go and learn new trading strategies. You can see what were the best trades of the week that other traders took, and you can also see the constant payout certificate that are posted, so that you can stay motivated and that you can see that it is possible to make money trading with prop firms. Now let's talk about the cons of the trading pit. Personally, Personally, the only cons that I found is the fact that news trading is not allowed. In fact, as you have seen, beside the Prime Future Challenge, all the other type of challenges that you can purchase with the prop firm have limitation when it comes to news trading. In fact, you are not allowed to open new position 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after a major news event. I don't think that this is going to be a major con for most traders. In fact, a lot of traders purposely avoid this period of high volatility, but if your trading strategy solely relies on this period of high volatility, unfortunately, I don't think that the Trading Pit is the right prop firm for you. So, there you have it. This was my review of the Trading Pit. As I told at the beginning, if you also would like to try this prop firm, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. And once you get at the checkout page, if you use the coupon code STKTRT, like you see right now on the screen, you're always going to receive at least a 10% discount on all your challenges. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and until next time, happy trades!